And how dangerous is this job? Well, welcome to the R to the J podcast, where we talk to you everyday individuals who are entrepreneurs, investors, professionals in the career to help you out in the in and outs in their career and the adventures. Today we got a special guest. Well, all my guests are special because they're all my friends, which I know for a long time. Today is my friend Fito here. I've been knowing him since middle school. He's a professional large equipment operator, right?
Yeah, heavy equipment.
Heavy equipment?
Yeah.
Okay. And how heavy do you get?
It just depends on the dozer size or the track hoe. Like excavator, they can get up to, the biggest I've ever ran was like a 490 Komatsu, which is, it's a pretty big machine. It moves a lot of dirt.
Okay. And you've been doing this for 10 years plus, right?
Oh yeah, about 25 years almost. It's been a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how did you get in that field of work?
Well, when I was a kid, I was a little bit rough. I wasn't into school. So once I got out of school and started working full time, and then I needed more, and I started realizing I needed to have some sort of career. So I started working in the plants once I got 18, and it was just, I wasn't sure on what I wanted to do with my life because I didn't have any kind of direction from anybody. So I started trying everything from scaffold building to painter helper to welder helper. I didn't like any of that field. And then a good buddy of mine, I don't know if you know, remember David Gallegos.
Oh, yeah, I do. David. Yeah.
His dad got us. He was a foreman. He got us in with them doing some dirt work, and I fell in love with the machine. I was at first it was tough. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything about dirt work or machinery. I just knew that when I seen it, that was something I wanted to do. So I was 18 years old, and I busted my butt to do everything I needed to do to get in that seat, to learn how to do, to learn how to operate. So
yeah.
I went.
So ever since you were young, you liked operating vehicles or equipment like that.
Yeah.
So I could even say I remember you working at Walmart, putting them carts and stuff. So that's where it started.
Yeah, forklifts and stuff like that. Yeah, it was just a little talent I had that I didn't even know that I had until I noticed. When I learned how to drive a vehicle, it was pretty simple for me. Like I was real good at it, real fast, And when you're a kid, you're like, man, I know how to drive, but for me, it was really easy. It just was natural.
Yeah.
And most of the time, any kind of machinery is pretty natural for me.
Yeah.
You can learn it pretty quick.
And what has the pros and cons been in the industry, you think?
Well, the pros and cons, it's competitive. You're going to run into a lot of other operators that are going to think that they're better. You're going to have to work long hours, a lot of hours. It's a good career. It's been good to me.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you take time and develop your talent, your skill, you got to learn. And to this day, I still learn from other people. You just got to be humble. And like I said, the cons, it's tough. It's not for everybody, and it can be frustrating. But the pros pay out bigger. I mean, The pay's good.
Yeah. The more experience you get, the more you pay, right? Exactly.
Yeah, you're more valuable with more machines that the more machines you can run and run them well and efficiently. You're more valuable that way to the company. So I think if you just take time and push yourself to do better on every machine, regardless of how small or insignificant you think that equipment is,
Yeah.
because there's all kinds of types of machines, you know. Some people take it for granted, but if you can run a forklift or a front end loader or a compactor roller, and you know how to use that machine, it translates to all the other types of machines, and it teaches you how to use those bigger machines as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And how dangerous is this job?
Oh man, it could be pretty dangerous. Throughout my career and my life in this industry, I've seen people get killed. Friends. I had a friend of mine from this area that he got ran over by his own dozer. It was an unfortunate situation. I wasn't there, so I don't know the details, but it's like, in the blink of an eye, it can happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty dangerous.
It's crazy because I've been seeing a lot on my Instagram
Mm-hmm.
how many people just died, like just regular death, you know what I mean? Just working wise, all kinds of stuff, man. It's like, oh, man. Seen this one video where this guy actually fell down onto a pole.
Yeah.
Like literally fell down onto a pole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he passed away.
Oh yeah. They man, it's excuse me. There is potential for injury or death everywhere. And more so when you're around heavy equipment, I guess the percentage goes up, I would say, because you're not just swinging a hammer, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you have to be very vigilant, very cautious. You have to.
Especially driving those vehicles as well, too. I'm sure you can't see all 360 degrees.
God,
You're probably going to see, 45 degrees probably, if 60 degrees probably, if that.
If that, it just depends on the machine that you're on. There's blind spots everywhere. In which case nowadays you have a lot of help with that. It's mandatory that you have spotters in most places. When I was coming up, it wasn't so much so. They trusted you to be a good operator to be able to handle the equipment by yourself. But there is a lot of situations that I need an extra set of eyes, because when I'm focused doing something with this machine, people tend to trust me because I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
So they just come walk by me because they think I could see them, and it's not always the case.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a pretty dangerous position sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're digging around like live pipelines and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Yeah. So
water lines as well, too. I'm just like.
lines, fiber optics. There's a lot of hazards that go along with this. Unseen hazards, like you can't see what's in the dirt all the time. They can come out and probe, or they can come out and scan the area for pipelines, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's accurate. 100%.
So even if you want to dig back in your yard within the shovel, you need to make sure.
811. You call 811 before you do any kind of digging. I'm here right now to tell you that's your first move.
811?
811.
Remember that, people. 811.
Yes.
Not 911. 811.
Not 911. 811 before you dig.
That's a good tip right there.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this to a young generation?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think with this industry, well, not industry, this career path that I've chose, man, the thing with the equipment is, I feel like it's a little bit tougher to be trained on it because a lot of the companies I work for, they with the safety, they're more safety oriented. So um, it's not as easy as it was once when I was coming up to be able to just get on a machine and learn.
Yeah.
So nowadays you have to be qualified and whatnot. But I believe. Uh, I believe it's something that should be taught to the next generation, especially for kids that don't have dads or like father figures or anybody male positive. Well, I don't want to say just male. I'm just saying any kind of positive role models that are in this field that are teaching our next generation.
Yeah. Well, maybe they just don't want to go to school as well too. You know, you don't
Yeah.
want to be a white collar worker. They want to be a blue collar worker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know, when we were kids, we were pushed to do so good. They wanted us to be college and lawyers and doctors and whatever else, right? And we all, I mean, not all of us, but some of us knew that that wasn't going to be the case, you
Yeah.
know? And there's nothing wrong with that. Because you don't, not everybody's going to can be a doctor or a lawyer or anything white collar, like you said. But we need people in the industry, in the trades, you know, plumbers, electricians, welders. We need
And they
people
get paid
like that.
good
And they
well
get paid
too. They
very
well.
Welders get paid way better than I do, you
Yeah.
know? So, anyhow, yes, I think that we need to have, you know, if you don't want to go to college, that's fine. You know, finish your high school, graduate, don't do like I did and drop out. You know, it just makes things harder. Anyway, graduate, get into operating or whatever it is that you think you want to do, and just learn it. Take some pride, push yourself. You know, it's we need operators. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with the old boomers, they're all retiring and stuff, and
Yeah.
and it's really in a lot of industries, especially the blue collars. People is like they don't want to work that much no more.
Yeah, I know. It seems like it. Seems like a different time.
Yeah.
You know, but that's why. I was gonna tell you. Well, I mean, I did mention this before, but eventually, I want to start another business in teaching, because the time in this, like I said, in my 25 years so far in this industry, I noticed a lot of people, a lot of younger kids,
Mm-hmm.
they've gotten into this because their dad teaches them. So it's like a carry on from a kind of like a legacy, I guess you could say. But and which is fine. But there's a lot of kids like that grow up in an environment that I grew up in, and they don't have that opportunity. You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I want to be able to teach kids that want, you know, more than, or they don't think that there's anything else for them to do other than street stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I did want to ask you. I know we were talking, and you say you have a new venture you're going to. Hey, what is that?
Yeah. So, along with being a heavy equipment operator, I also started my own business. We stripe parking lots.
Okay.
So I have a buddy of mine that I met through the operating, coincidentally, and he's a great dude, man. He's young, and he's a hard worker, and he's I didn't think of it at the time. You know, he was just a youngster, and a lot of people that we worked around with didn't really. It's not. I don't want to say they didn't like him. They just didn't understand him.
Yeah, yeah.
And I stayed with him. Like, I stayed in contact with him over the years. I met him back in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
and we were working in Iowa. And anyhow, so shout out to Jason Allen and Tiger Striping of Baton Rouge or Louisiana. And anyhow, so him, he was a little bit off. You know, he was a good dude. He just seemed a little different than everybody else, and just misunderstood mostly. So throughout the years, I kept in contact with him, especially after Facebook. You know, everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
But so I seen him doing this job one day. He went Facebook and went live or whatever, and he's painting this parking lot. And I said, Jason, what are you doing, man? I didn't know you were doing. Yeah, man, I started this. I said, okay. So we talked about it, and we had me and my wife Maria. We'd been talking about starting a business for a while, and I didn't know what to do, and he helped me with the process, man. He got me into it, and with just like running a heavy equipment, it's just something that you have to push to get better every time. You know, learn everything and just take pride in what you do, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be the same thing with the striping business, right? You're gonna just have to learn from mistakes if you make them. You know,
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna learn.
yeah, I would tell the young generation to start a business as well, you know, because
Yeah, put yourself out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because me personally, I think it's when you feel comfortable,
mm-hmm.
that's when it's not a good sign.
That's right.
You better be comfortable to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah, and that's true in every way I could think of it, because there's a lot of things I would do in the past when I was a kid and I was comfortable at, and I was scared to make a change, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then, but you can't have better, or you can't do. I don't want to say you can't have better, but if you're gonna stay in that. Stay in your comfort zone, you're not going to do anything better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can either live there and be content or unhappy, or you can push yourself to make some changes and do better and have a better life, I guess. I don't know, because I had to make a lot of changes. So.
Yeah. And what's the name of the company you're going with?
Oh, our company is with the parking lot striping. It's Bulldog Striping.
Bulldog Striping.
Yes.
You got a website, phone number, anything like that?
The website we're working on right now, but we do have a Facebook page. It's Bulldog Striping.
Okay.
If y'all need to get in contact with me, you can find me on that page, or
I'll go ahead and link it below
Yeah.
on the comments, so that way people can find you guys.
I appreciate that. And then whatever other business we start, I'm sure I'll let you know about it.
Oh, yeah, just anything, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's always better when you're busy and stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I
Help
agree.
out people and try to make some extra cash as well, too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're not getting any younger, so the end game.
I mean, talk to yourself. I mean, I still look young, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah, you do look the same as we did when we were kids, but
I got a full set of hair.
you do. I don't. Mine's gone, and it is not coming back. The only hair I have left is this.
See, that's what I can't. I struggle right there.
Really?
I struggle.
Really?
Yeah, I struggle.
That's fine. I mean, if it
give and
makes you
take.
feel better,
Yeah.
I can't grow a beard. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
patchy, so I just grow the traditional goatee.
Goatee. Yeah. It looks good on you, though.
Appreciate it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of grays in it. But yeah, man. Everything's going good for me, man.
That's good. I'm happy for you, man.
I appreciate that. Especially, well, you know, where we come from, it was a little tough. It was tough. So, but you got to make changes. You can't sit there and expect somebody to do it for you.
And I want to say with also too, it helps you out with your new career or new adventure, having a good spouse, your wife over here.
Oh, yeah.
She's here supporting
Oh, yeah.
you right now.
Oh yeah, she does all the. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. She does all the She does all our videos and pictures and promoting, and she's She's our what do you call?
Like a manager type of
Yeah,
deal.
type deal, kind of deal.
Accountant, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
Public relations.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She does all the back behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, I couldn't do it without her.
That sounds good. Any more knowledge you could give out to the people before we let you go?
I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, man. I just appreciate you giving me a chance to come out here and say, speak on this, because I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. I just didn't know how.
Oh no, I appreciate you coming here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help out people who are probably starting a business, help out the community.
Yeah, yeah,
So that way, put out the word, hey, this new person putting out this new type of work.
Yeah.
Try to support him. He's local.
yeah. I appreciate that.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
I just want to be an inspiration for these kids that, I hate to say it like this, but I don't want these kids that look like me, and started off like me, with in a bad situation, I guess you could say. I just want people to give them hope, these kids especially. I don't want kids to feel like there's nothing, because I didn't have anything either.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't around me like that. My stepdad, the only thing my stepdad taught me was to work hard, and he worked hard for little money. So, and I think that's the only real positive relationship I had with him. Dad, and I don't know. Maybe my mom was the same way. She worked hard, and we still were just getting by, and I wanted more.
Yeah.
Especially for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I could say that about the young generation. Just don't give up. Keep figuring it out.
You're going to go through some struggle, but struggle is going to give you character. So don't be scared about it.
Yeah. You just got to keep trying.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. If you guys like what we're doing over here, just go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you guys know anybody who want to be in the podcast, shoot them a message or let me know in the comments. I might be able to reach out to them. All right. Peace out.